Thanks for this OA week event organized by GOA-ON. So the title of my talk is New Marine Observation of Carbonate Chemistry Variability and Ocean Acidification State in Northwest Africa Waters. This work has been sponsored by EAF Nansen Program, Institute of Marine Research in Norway, and African partners such as National Institute of Fishery Research, Morocco. Before I start, I'm going to present an overview of the Team 10 of the EAF Nansen Program. I will try to be fast, which these research projects are under, then some result of the Northwest Africa Atlantic coast. So the main objective for this Team 10 is to study the chemical, environmental and change of the ocean by investigating the main variables along transects in the key areas vital for biological production, such as oxygen concentrations, extent and changes in OMZ, nutrient concentration and changes such as nitrate, phosphate, and at the end ocean acidification, such as marine CO2 system, pH, PC2, alkalinity, etc. So the main study region areas are oxygen minimum zone with low pH areas, upwelling systems area, vulnerable Atlantic habitat spawning areas, coastal areas with a large freshwater influence with relevance of marine ecosystem. Using the cruises and the observations on board Dr. Fridtjof Nansen, we focus on variability of ocean acidification state and carbonate saturation along the West African coast, North-South Caribbean, then the major drivers and trend assessment of oxygen, ocean acidification and nutrients, and also the focus area are the same, upwelling and OMZ in Northwest and Southwest Africa. For that, we have to get the good data coverage on OA from Northwest and Southwest Africa since 2017. So during these surveys, we focus too on the capacity building for the good data and good science, such as training workshop in January 2019 in Cape Town, training workshop in September in Senegal, improved protocols and quality checks and the data. It's still continuing, of course. Data studies and compilation workshop in Tromsø in October 2019. And all the time, the CTD lab team leaders spend 90% of time to teaching and calculation for the full CO2 system. Also, at the end, we supervise and do the master and PhD and master degree students. So, the Northwest Africa or the Canary Key and Large Marine Ecosystem CCLME region supply very significant fish resources based largely on small pelagic fish. This fishery market contribute to the economy of these countries both in the sea and provide an important food and employment to the coastal communities. In 2017, the 30 years long EAF Nansen Program, FAO and Norway, began with the studies on ocean acidification along the CCLME region. This study and the oceanographic cruises were carried out on the board of the research vessel DFN between Cape Spartel and Senegal from May-June 17 to September-December 19. Unfortunately, we were going to finish the 2020 survey from Morocco to Senegal, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we stopped the EAF Nansen Program surveys in the south of Morocco in March 15, 2020. Here we will show the first result on the ocean acidification state as a baseline from this new research program. 2 complete surveys from Morocco to Senegal. During these surveys, we focused on the water parameters such as ocean acidification pH and alkalinity, dissolved oxygen salinity, nutrient and chlorophyll A, temperature, salinity, dissolved oxygen, from CTD. The survey were performed around 30 sections perpendicular from the coastal with total over 110 stations in the full water column, and this include, of course, a transect. We call it the mesopelagic transect. The diagram schema of the fixed station sampling regime showing the 3 separate stations sampled along each transect at the 30 meters, 100 meters, and 500 isobat, and the 2 dry CTD stations at the 75 meters and 150 meters isobat. For each station, the parameters of temperature, salinity, density, dissolved oxygen were carried out spontaneous from surface to bottom of the water column with the CTD sound. The total alkalinity was analyzed using the potentiometric titration, the pH using spectrophotometric pH measurement, the dissolved oxygen and salinity in order to check the functioning of the salinity and DO or sensors. We did analyze for them just for some station for validation. Nutrients, macronutrients were analyzed using autoanalyzer according to CCLME protocol. Chlorophyll A, seawater was collected from the CTD at the standard depth, not below 200 meters, and for chlorophyll A and the few pigment measurement. The other parameters describing the carbonate chemistry and ocean acidification state were derived from alkalinity and pH using the CO2 system calculation program from period 2006 and Constant Hansen. Because of the lack of the time, I'm going to present just the surface parameters for this area. At the surface, the value of the temperature is low, around 14 to 20, north of Bogotá, and the high value hot water observed from the south of Bogotá to Senegal. For the salinity remained relatively consistent near 36.5 through the surveys of 17 and 19. However, small patches of salinity values approaching 35 and even 34 PCU was observed, particularly in the southern region. The concentration for the dissolved oxygen in 17 is higher than 2019. Generally, 2017 are around 400 micromole, and on 2019 are below than 300 micromole per kilogram. I apologize for the color and the figures. It's supposed to be green. The fluorescence showed a high value in the near shore surface water, higher than 3 microgram per meter cube, and homogeneous water masses of less than 1 milligram per meter cube offshore and in deep waters. Unfortunately, in 2017, we have some gaps for both pH and total alkalinity. The value of pH are between 7.9 and 8.1 and 17. Some areas as below than 7.5. In 2019, the values are between 7.9 and 8, and we observed the increase of the pH over 8, between 8 and 8.1 in southern area, exactly South Mauritania, Senegal, and Gambia. The total alkalinity still almost have the same value, around 2000 to 2400 micromole per kilogram. However, small patches also of total alkalinity values less than 2200 micromole per gram observed, particularly in 2017. The values of the nitrate are almost the same and are around 5 to 10 micromole per kilogram. The value of the nitrate are around 0.2. Also, 2017 values of the nitrate are lower than 19, especially in the coastal zone in Morocco. Phosphate and silicate in 2017 are higher than 19. We're still working on all data. So far, we've found large variability along the coast connected to salinity changes, primary production, temperature, and biological processes. In fact, the measured parameters, pH, total alkalinity, coincide perfectly with the physical parameters, temperature and salinity, while the calculated parameters, carbon and FC2, inversely varies. In this project, we are working to show the first oceanification data from this area waters and discuss the variability and context of deep water, intrusion, salinity changes, temperature, and other parameters. We are continuing the data, working on the data. We are looking to do sampling also to 21 and 22 using Dr. Fridtjof Nansen and Moroccan vessels. Of course, this is going to be for Cape Spartel to Cape Blanc, and combine the data from 17, 19, and 20, 22, 21 data sets for the comprehensive data set, of course, to study the variability and describe major processes in different regime of the Northwest Africa waters. We still put the master degrees and PhD, as I said earlier, since December 19 in this program. Thanks to all contributors and all the hard work collecting good data, especially CTT lab team leaders, which they do 90% teaching as well as produce good data and quality check routines. Thank you.